I'm David Sutherland and I've been in the Highlands for 44 years. My granny taught me to say the Lord's Prayer. Now, I grew up in a family that weren't Christians by any means. And when I was about 15, a friend and myself went to church only to get out at 15 so we could get out. Never did anything in my Christian life. I always sort of believed in God and the church. And as an apprentice carpenter, I did a few jobs for the church. I altered the pulpit late in my apprenticeship. When I was in Britain, I went to the Billy Graham crusade in Manchester at Old Trafford, I think it was, when I was 20. But Billy Graham didn't move me. I had a misspent youth. I was a little bit of a ruffian. And Jesus has changed me because I was a rat bag when I was young. I was a drinker. I was a fighter. And I usually come off worse because I was usually had a few drinks. I could see him steering me many times. He's pulled me out of situations that could have got worse. Then I got a job down to go out into Africa. I met an Aussie girl. So I went out to Africa and worked in Chingola in Zambia. Wrote to Margaret, got a ship out to Australia from Cape Town. Still no Christian interest. Still believing in God, but wasn't committed Christian by any means. Then we got married. When I first came out to Australia, we also went to a Billy Graham crusade. I wasn't committed at all then. But the third time I went to Billy Graham crusade, I built his rostrum. And we went to St Albans, Linfield. At that time I was working for a Christian building company. Now these Christians were different from what we'd been used to in the building trade, and we were foul-mouthed, and I was too. And I thought, these guys are different, you know. Freddie Aubrey, the plumber, he said, would you like to come to a businessman's dinner at Chatswood? So I went along, and he got up and gave his testimony about Jesus. And so I'd never done anything like that. David Davis was the rector who explained to us about the baptism, and that was a good follow-on for me making this commitment to Jesus. And Margaret and I were at very similar times becoming Christians. He came looking for me. I thought I was looking for something, but Jesus came to me. A lot of men are afraid to become Christians because of the ridicule that we're going to get and the way that we're knocked around. You know, and in the building trade, you used to get really laughed at, and it was hard work sometimes. Ever since I've become a Christian, I've seen hope. There's only one way, and that's through Jesus. Satan's been trying to disprove Christ's existence for 2,000 years. Nobody I know has succeeded, and he still reigns. He never wrote a book. He was a carpenter. And I'm very proud that I'm a carpenter.